Now we're going to solve equations using our algebra tiles. So, with the distributive property. So we have the equation 2 times the quantity, x plus 3 equals negative 4. So let's model that. This says 2 rows of x plus 3. So I have 2 rows of x plus 3. So here's a row of x plus 3. And here's a second row of x plus 3. Alright, and on the right hand side, I have to model negative 4. Alright, now, in order to solve our equation, we have to make zero pairs with our positive squares that we have. So we need to place 6 negative squares there. Okay. 5, 6. Okay, and then I'm going to have to do the same thing to the right hand side. So I'm going to place 6 more here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm going to remove my zero pairs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 6 rows of 6 zero pairs to remove. Now I need to sort. I have 2 x's, so 2 x's equals this amount. So I have to see what 1 is. So now we're going to sort 1, 1, 1, 1. All I'm doing is sorting. So that when I look in each group, I see that each group has an x and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 negatives. So the value of x is negative 5. Okay, so let's check this problem and see if that's actually what we get, if it works. So I have 2 times the quantity x plus 3 equals negative 4. Okay, then the value of x is negative 5, so I'm going to substitute. But remember, I replace that with the parentheses. Okay, then I have a negative 5 in here. So inside this parentheses, I have a negative 5 and a positive 3. The signs are different. So I subtract and I get negative 2. And then I multiply 2 times negative 2 and I get negative 4, which is what my equation said to start out with. Now remember too that I could have used the distributive property here and said, well, negative 2 distributed to each of these, and I could have gotten negative 2 times, 2 times negative 5, which would be negative 10, and 2 times 3, which is 6, and a negative 10 and a positive 6. The signs are different, so I subtract. Large number's negative, so my answer's negative. So 10 minus 6 is 4. The big sign is negative, so it'll be negative 4. Any way I go about it, would I use the distributive property or do what's inside my parentheses first? I'm still going to get negative 4. Now, if I use the algorithm that I need to use to solve the equation abstractly, I start out with 2 times the quantity x plus 3 equals negative 4. And before I can work, I have to distribute my 2 to everything inside the parentheses because there's nothing that I can add together because x and 3 are not similar terms. So I have 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 3 is 6. So on the left-hand side, after I've used the distributive property, I have 2x plus 6. On the right-hand side equals negative 4. Now, once I get here, it's just like a regular two-step equation. I have to get 2x by itself, and 6 is added, so I need to subtract that 6 so I can get rid of it. and what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So then I have this equation, and then positive 6 and negative 6 is 0, and on the left-hand side I have 2x. On the right-hand side I have the signs are the same, negative 4 and negative 6, so I'm going to add 6 plus 4 is 10, sign of the big number is negative 6, answer's negative, so I have 2x equals negative 10. Now I know that 2 of them is equal to negative 10, so I have to find out what 1 is, so I'm going to have to divide by 2. 2 over 2 is 1, and what I do to one side, I do to the other. Or, in other words, I'm going to divide it into two groups. So then, negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. And again, I've gotten the exact same answer that I got using my concrete manipulative. I just performed the appropriate steps using first the distributive property, and then the subtraction property, and then the division property in order to solve the equation.